What would happen if we took Damian Lillard and made him restart his career from scratch? Today we're about to find out, and his NBA journey begins with him being drafted to the Rockets, but there's a major challenge awaiting him. Every single NBA player is back into prime form, with multiple playing the same position as Dame, who by the way is only 80 overall and would be coming off the bench as a rookie, only averaging 12 points per game. And with the Rockets missing the playoffs, it's pretty clear he's going to need some serious help. Without it, he would be cooked. We'll start off with number 1, and he's starting off with a plus 15 layup, which is already showing to be extremely useful, as his 82 layup has already flown up to a 97, giving Dame his first elite skill in only his second season. But that's hardly a reason to celebrate, as we're trying to see if Dame can bring home a championship in these tougher conditions. But it's gonna take him some time, because looking at the rest of the competition, it's clear he has a long way to go. And to really show you how different the league is, Westbrook is back to winning MVPs. So in order to catch up, Dame's getting his second upgrade, and lucky for him, it's even better than his first. Plus 10 to all finishing, which now brings him up to an 88 overall, so he's getting pretty close to the Dame we all know him as. And on top of that, he's now earned a starting spot and will be clearing 20 points per game for the first time. He's made a ton of progress in this season alone, but most impressively, he was able to lead the Rockets to 45 wins. But even then, it comes at a price. Because in real life, that win total will put you around the 4th seed, but because of the increased competition, Dame has to settle for the 8th, where he would go up against the Lakers and prime LeBron in the first round. That is some of the worst luck I have ever seen. And unfortunately, that luck will continue to work against Dame, as he and his teammates still aren't ready to compete with the duo of LeBron and AD, who would take an easy 3-1 lead. And it's over. And my prediction wound up being true. They would eventually head to LA for what wound up being the final game. At some point, Dame will be able to make it competitive, but today's not that day. He's being sent home in 5 games. Dame's first playoff run is ending with a 20-point loss. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's progress. He made progress. Who cares? And to put that progress into perspective, every season Dame's made a massive improvement in the win column, which ultimately has to continue. There's still plenty of other super teams he'll have to face up against, and to help him out with that, he's now onto his 3rd upgrade. Dame's not really known as a defender, but today he might be. And with Dame's newly found defensive tenacity, he's finally cracking 90 overall, averaging 26 points per game to make it to his first All-Star game. It's the only accolade he has thus far, but once again, the only one that matters is a championship. One that'll be especially difficult, as for his first round matchup, he's up against a tougher team than he faced last season, the Chris Paul and Steph Curry-led Golden State Warriors. Dame couldn't beat the Warriors in real life. I don't know how he's going to beat them if they have prime Chris Paul as well. But despite my doubts, Dame will get right to work, averaging 28 points per game in the series. Unfortunately though, it meant absolutely nothing. The 1-2 punch of Steph and Chris Paul, to put it short, are way too much. We'll go more in depth about Dame's teammates later, but right now they're not helping. It's basically a 2-on-1, with Dame not just being sent home, but getting swept as well. So obvious, man. And with that, Dame's now entering his 5th season. He's ran into a few super teams at this point, but let's check in on his teammates for a second, specifically Jalen Green, who's moved all the way up to an 89, officially making him Dame's sidekick. In order for Dame to take down these super teams, he's going to need some help, and Jalen might be the man for the job. But before we worry about that, Dame has yet another regular season to go through where he would average 30 points per game for the first time. And while that's impressive, it really doesn't matter that much. We're still waiting for him to make some noise in the playoffs. And unfortunately for him, he's up against yet another super team. And this time it's the Kevin Durant-led Suns, who would take it to 7 games. But unlike previous seasons, Dame's reached another level, and he would come through in front of his home fans, defeating the Suns convincingly to move on to the 2nd round. He's moving on to the 2nd round. It's the first time he was able to take down one of the best trios in the entire league. But it's only getting harder from here, as Dame's heading out west to challenge the Clippers, who have Paul George, Kawhi, and Russell Westbrook all back into prime form. Out of all the teams Dame will be up against, this one's probably my favorite. I'm still rooting for Dame though, of course. But it doesn't matter who I root for, because at the end of the day, the better team will win. And it wound up being the Clippers, who would take not 1, not 2, but 3 straight games to start off the series. There it is, man. There it is. There's a 3-0 lead. And unfortunately for Dame, not only is he going to lose this series, but he's going to get swept for a 2nd straight time. And not only is he losing, but he's losing to the eventual champions. Every team that beats Dame, I think, has won the championship. I might be wrong. And with that, Dame's pretty much gotten a taste of every top team in the league, except for one that we'll get to shortly. And after one last upgrade, it seems like something's clicked, because he would lead the Rockets to the 2nd seed, averaging 28 and 12 to somehow win his first MVP. Bro, honestly, I kind of zoned out. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Dame has now officially launched himself into the top tier of NBA players. But the real question is, can he get it done in the playoffs? He would start off by destroying KD and the Suns for a second straight time, eliminating them in 6 games. He would then face up against the Warriors, the team that eliminated him last season. But shockingly, it looked to be the opposite as he would dominate his way to a 3-1 lead. He's about to do it. He's actually about to do it. Only 6 seasons in. And if he were able to pull it off in 6 seasons, it would be the fastest out of any player who's taken part in this challenge. But it's not going to come that easily, as Steph and Chris Paul aren't going down that easily, as they would eventually win the next 2 to force Game 7. But ultimately, it wound up being a false alarm, as in Game 7, Dame would dominate one last time with 39 points, outdueling the 2 stars, sending them home. Dame is moving on to his first conference finals, and he's about to shoot it too. I don't know why did he shoot it? If Dame can win a championship, it'll be the most impressive in NBA history, but there's one last super team he has to overcome, that being the Memphis Grizzlies with Derrick Rose and Ja Morant, who would easily dominate the paint for the entire series. But while they're doing that, Dame would opt to score from the outside, keeping the series close despite being the underdog, to the point where the series would come down to the final minutes of Game 7. Ja's bringing up the ball. It's a tie game. Game 7, whoever wins is going to the finals. D Rose is standing in the right corner being guarded by Dame, and it looks like they're running a play for him. He's about to get the ball at the left. Yup, Dame's gonna have to play defense. They set a pick. D Rose takes a screen. He drives right. Fantastic defense from Dame. It's off. Dame did have that one defensive upgrade earlier that might be coming in clutch, and he runs out of bounds. Ja with the ball. Ja with the pass down to the center, and oh my God, who is that? Out of all the people, bro, they have an MVP and the player who could win MVP one day. They have him on the same team. The pass over to Dame in the corner in transition. He misses a shot, bro. That is 2 awful possessions from Dame, back to back. Ja with the ball. Ja being guarded by Jalen. They're about to pass it to D Rose. No, they don't. D Rose is just watching Ja. Ja takes a shot. He misses it. Houston's still alive, but they're down 2. Somebody has to get it to Dame. Dame driving left, doesn't step out of bounds this time. He's kind of just running around. For no reason, he shoots a 3. That's 3. He bricked 3 straight times, or he messed up on 3 straight times. Make one. Make one. Make one. Make one. He missed both. Okay. Houston has gone cold at the worst possible time. The Memphis home crowd is, oh my God, what a block. Jalen Green with the ball. Will they pass it to Dame, or will they freeze him out? Kind of rightfully so, because he's selling. And I don't know how that wasn't a turnover, but fine. It's a tie game. Both teams want to lose, man. Ja with the ball. I'm interested to see if he takes a shot or D Rose. It looks like he's attacking the floater. It's good. 52 seconds left on the clock. It's now a 2-point game. Dame off the timeout, inbound, whatever, man. And a foul is called. Illegal screen. What happened? There's no way. The refs have it out for us. That's not Ja flopped. Oh my God. They're about to lose, bro. They're actually about to lose. What kind of pass? Okay. Pass it to Dame. Dame's about to be open. Dame's about to be open. Dame's about to be open. Oh my God. Pump fake. Wow. He didn't even drive. Dame. Dame. That's 4. Oh my God. Dame, bro. It does not get worse than that. They don't even get the rebound. It's over. It's over. It's over. Or it's probably over. They can get a stop. But I think, oh my God. They're still alive. They're still alive. I can't handle this, man. And with that missed shot, Houston's only down 3 with 10 seconds left. They're still alive, but at the same time, I had my doubts. You have been awful. You've been terrible, man. But you have the chance to redeem yourself. Please do something. Are they going to pass it to him? Are they going to pass it to him? They don't pass. Oh my God, they don't even respect them anymore. The rebound, offensive rebound. Jalen Green for 3. They stink, man. It's over. It's over. Like, literally, you can't throw away a game any worse than that. Dame would then launch a full court shot that had no chance of going in, eliminating him in probably the most embarrassing way possible. Memphis didn't even play well. They didn't. And ironically, it would be D Rose and Ja who would bring home the title to Memphis. Dame has now gone up against some of the top duos and trios in the league, and he probably should leave, but we all know for now, he isn't. His NBA journey has been a roller coaster, and none would be better summed up by his 7th season, where he would once again bring home the MVP, still no championships, only to get eliminated by Jokic first round. Dame's now entering season 8, which will be his most crucial to date since he now only has 2 seasons left on his contract. But on a more positive note, he's now a 99 overall thanks to the increased competition, so the regular season is easy. What we're really here for though is the playoffs, and it would start off with Dame defeating KD and the Suns for a 3rd time. Dame is better than KD now. I don't know. Shortly after, he would head back to Memphis for a rematch, and we all know what happened last time. But Dame was able to bounce back, averaging over 30 this time to not only get his revenge, but do it in convincing fashion. D Rose driving on Dame, the spin move, and he cuts the lead down to 36. Now he's heading to his second conference finals, but this time he's facing the Warriors, who have the elite shooting trio of Klay, CP3, and of course Steph. But because of some interesting offseason moves, their front court's looking a little different. And then they just follow it up in the front court with Draymond and Ben Simmons. I don't know how they had the cap space to pull this off, but that is the worst shooting duo that's ever been made. And that horrible, terrible shooting duo would actually work against the Warriors, giving Dame the chance to make it a series. Despite being the higher seed, he's the underdog, and he would answer the call, averaging his usual 30 to eventually force Game 7. And not only would it come down to one decisive game, but it would come down to one final shot. 36 seconds, tie game. Dame, you can redeem yourself from earlier with that horrible performance, or we'll just watch Jalen Green miss a layup. That's fine too. He should have put it back up. Oh my God, Dame. Bang! Bang! Dame has finally redeemed himself, bro. He finally did it, and he's doing the wave. He hits the shot, and if we take that back a little bit, of course, bro. Of course, Chris Paul is cursed, man. But the game's still not over, and unlike previous Chris Paul teams, he didn't have a player like Steph Curry on his side. Just don't choke, don't choke, don't choke, don't choke. We still have one more possession left. Oh my God. Oh my God. Of course. No, it doesn't matter. So now we have a tied game with 16 seconds left. It's the most crucial possession of Dame's career, and we all know he's taking the final shot. If Dame hits 2 go-ahead shots in the last 40 seconds of the game, 40 seconds of the game, it will be one of the greatest playoff moments ever, literally. Dame with the ball, top of the key. I'm assuming somebody's setting him the screen. They pass it over to Jalen. Jalen's about this. He hit it. He hit it. Remember earlier when I mentioned that Jalen might have to come through? Well, he did in a huge way, hitting the game winner to send the Rockets to the finals. The Chris Paul curse strikes yet again. What just happened? Dame's going to the finals. And that would give Dame all the momentum in the world heading to Philly for the finals. It's a battle between him and Prime Harden, but compared to what he's faced earlier, it's easy, as he would dominate both home and away to take a 2-1 lead, while Harden would be struggling. Harden, ISO, driving right, no step back, being clamped, and he has a fat suit on, bro, because he's kind of washed again. I don't know what's happening. Yep, he missed 2 layups. Dame with the ball, Dame driving left, the pull-up 3 over Embiid. He hits it. He's about to go up 3-1, which would send him back to Houston for Game 5, where he would seal the deal, winning his first championship after 8 grueling seasons. It took him some upgrades and some help from his teammates, but he got it done. One of my favorite players now has a virtual NBA championship, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Dame's pretty much always been the underdog. But what about a player that everyone has a ton of expectations for, kind of like Victor Wembanyama? If we put him in the same challenge Dame just went through, could he win a championship? To find out the answer to that question, click the video on the screen.